This is going to be interactive. Interactive part. So, first of all, ladies and gentle germs, let's do a little bit of a game so I can help you understand how PPC works. Oh, google.com. This domain registered part with Goggle. Isn't that incredible that somebody's registered Goggle as a name? That's funny. Yes, we might as well get in English because you guys don't speak Portuguese. All right, so first of all, what is on Google? What is an impression? What is an impression? Do you guys know what that actually means? An impression on Google. What does that really mean? What is it? What's an impression? You can type something into the area. A view, yeah, that's pretty close. What else? A user viewing page, good. What else? Ad showing, yes. Shows on the SERPs. Person click the ads, no. An influence, a click, no. When your keyword triggers a page, good. All right, so lots of folks kind of getting close to it. So here's an impression. Let me show you an impression. I am Joe Schmo searching for a product, and let's do my favorite fluffy toy just because it's Chrissy. All right, now, everything now on this page, on this SERPs, search engine results page, SERPs, everything here has now had an impression. It's been shown. It's been shown, all right? Now, fluffy toy, probably the worst thing for me to think about. Lawyer, let's just see. Hopefully, maybe in that, I can get that to show up. Here we go. So, now, these PPC ads, which are now showing, have now had an impression. So, an impression is the relationship between a search and your ad actually showing for that search term. Okay, so the first problem with Google AdWords is low impressions, or low or no impressions, all right? So let's just delete. So what do you think would be the problem if a Google AdWords ad campaign wasn't getting many impressions? What do you think would be the usual kind of problems that would mean? Any ideas? What are you thinking? Why wouldn't it show? All right, let's have a look. Keyword issues, yes. People not searching, good. Poor keywords, not the right keywords, low search volume, okay, search term traffic. Good work, guys. All right, so the problem is, if you don't get any impressions, and that's the first step of the process when you're doing ads, to get impressions, it's usually either your keywords are incorrect in two distinctly different ways. So if you've got your keywords set up, so let me just think of the best way to show you with this. What's the USA way of, it's attorney, isn't it? So let's suppose that you've had somebody from the USA set up your Google AdWords account, and they've said to themselves, okay, so this is a campaign to find clients for a law firm, therefore we need to search for the term attorney Lisbon. So attorney is a US-centric way of saying lawyer in Australia, for instance. So you need to make sure that you have the right search terms. That's the first one. The second one is you need to make sure that you've got the right search match types. So lawyer Lisbon, that would be what's called an exact match term, which is what Liz is currently bidding on. Lawyer Lisbon. Now, if somebody types into Google, let's just say Portuguese citizenship lawyer, and Lizzie is bidding on the search term lawyer Portugal, then her advert will not show. Will not show. Okay? So exact match campaigns, you need to be careful with those. And instead, well, not instead, but just be aware that you must get your keywords absolutely spot on for them to work. Usually, what I do is phrase match as well as modified broad match, and don't worry, I'm going to show you these in a second, and exact match. So all in the same campaign, 3 different keywords, 1 campaign. I hope that makes sense, Lizzie. So let me show you what that means. So lawyer in Portugal, that's our search term. Now if I put those 2 plus signs like that as my keyword, then that becomes something called a modified broad search term. And what that means is it will show up for Portuguese citizenship lawyer. Oops. It would show up for that. My advert will now show up for that search term. All right. So that's one way of making sure that your ads get impressions. Next, lawyer Portugal. Next way you could do your search terms is, I have to highlight that for you, by putting them in quotation marks like that, in speech marks, and that becomes a phrase match. So that lawyer Portugal will now show up for, I am looking for a lawyer in Portugal. Would now show up for that. So if somebody types in that, it would show up for that. So it's part and parcel of a phrase that somebody types in. So Lizzie, when I set up my PPC campaigns, as I've showed you in my inner circle, I do 3 match types. I do modified broad, I do exact, and I do phrase, and they all go in the same campaign. So that's how you get rid of your first problem, which is getting impressions. All right, that's your first problem, because if your advert doesn't show here, it's impossible to get clicks, which is the second problem you mentioned. And the two go hand in hand, but you get one first. You've got to fix one thing, and then you get to work on the second thing. So let's look at the second problem. Why would an advert not get clicked on for any given search term? Folks, what do you reckon? Why does an advert not get clicked on for any given search term? Given that the advert is showing, okay? Given that it's showing. Elaine, that's right. Dave, that's mostly right, yep. No appeal, doesn't interest you, no eye catching, yeah. All right, cool, so you guys have nailed it. So, lawyer, let's suppose that we're bidding on the search term lawyer Portugal. This could be anything, okay? Fluffy toys, it doesn't matter. The concept is the same. Lawyer Portugal, if that is the main search term I'm going for, let's just revisit. Lawyer Portugal. So that's my main exact match search term. And then I've also got phrase match, lawyer Portugal, like that, in quotation marks. And I've also got my modified broad search term, which is that. Okay, so now I'm getting all of the available search traffic. My ad is running and showing for it, given that I'm bidding high enough, okay? So that's problem number 1 solved. However, problem number 2 is something called relevancy. So if I am bidding for lawyer Portugal, and my advert that runs when somebody types that in any given permutation is something like, let's suppose, citizenship lawyer in Portugal, and what I am looking for is a contract lawyer in Portugal, then my ad will never ever get clicked on because it's not relevant to the searcher. I hope that makes sense. So you must then make your adverts relevant to the search term that you're bidding on by making them relevant to the searcher on what they are looking for. So that's the two big problems. Your keywords are incorrect, and then your ad is not relevant to the keywords that people are searching for. I hope that makes sense. There's a lot in that, and I'm acutely aware that I've covered a crazy amount of what would normally take me, I don't know, like a whole inner circle session to go through in 5 minutes, but hopefully that's giving you at least some interesting things to think about, Lizzie.
Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.